All right, good morning, ninth graders. Thank you so much for coming down. I know you're like really upset that you're going to be missing your study hall time, right? So this is one of our spotlight ceremonies, and you might not be familiar with it. In the high school, what we do 3 times a year, we have teachers recommend students who they think are outstanding citizens in our school and who meet the characteristics of the motto, aspire. And how many of you have been out in the courtyard in the past couple of weeks? And what's standing right in the middle of it that got moved there? The Aspire statue. And so that's really a symbol for our entire school, that we want each student to aspire to be the best possible person they could be. You know, do they have awareness of others? Are they respectful? Do they show empathy? Are they helpful? And so your teachers have nominated you as outstanding students of character for this spring. And what happens is each teacher comes up, they say why they nominated you, you get a certificate, we take your picture with your teacher who nominated you, and it's a very nice special award that we do, again, 3 times on a normal year when it's not COVID. So I want to also thank Mrs. Jeanette, who has done an outstanding job making sure that everybody gets a beautiful certificate, and our teachers for coming down and taking the extra effort to recognize students. And I know that Mr. Mello also wants to just greet everybody quickly, and then we're going to begin.
Hey, how's everyone doing today? Excited about like the end of the year? Yeah, I think we all are. It's been a really, really long year, and I think it's really the things that you all do that makes the year so much more enjoyable for a lot of us. And the one thing I'll stress here is attitude is contagious, and when you do the things that you do to earn these spotlight awards, that's the attitude that we want out there, that we want everybody to kind of grab hold of and enjoy. And that's kind of like the school environment we want to be part of. So again, congratulations to all of you for coming down here. We have the teachers, I think, that are going to come up here and say a lot more about specifically what you did. But again, thank you for making our school environment, community so much better.
And now I'd like Ms. Penta to come up, who's going to begin our ceremonies by inviting her students up.
Hi, everybody. One of the nicest things I like about Putnam Valley is our students, without a doubt. We have the best students. They're so lovely, and they want to get to know you, and they're so friendly. And so I'm so honored today to ask Amelia Melfi and Flaviano Lopresti to come on up. So it's my pleasure to recognize Flaviano for Student Spotlight. I'm so proud of Flaviano for all that he has accomplished during a very challenging year. In 6th grade, he came here from Italy, and he is a dual American citizen and an Italian citizen. And Flaviano is one of the kindest students that I see. I always see him helping his fellow classmates. He is always on task with his work. He works very, very diligently, very hard working. He wants to do well. He does a lot of revision with his writing. So I'm so proud of you, Flaviano. I'm glad that I had you as a teacher this year, and thank you. Keep up the good work. And it's also my pleasure to recognize Amelia Melfi for Student Spotlight because of her enthusiasm, positivity, dedication, and hard work. In English 9 and Writing 9, she works so diligently during the class and makes the most of her academic time. I also admire you for your strength and resilience in regard to a very challenging year. You had a very, very challenging year, and I'm so proud of you for everything you've overcome and just how amazing you are. So thank you so much for all your hard work.
Now I'd like to invite Mr. Hoare up. And then
Okay, so I'd like to give this award to Chris Galello. Come on up. It was you. So this has been a really difficult year for teachers and for students. Probably my most difficult year for sure. And in my ninth period class, Chris is in that class, and there was a point where there was only three of us, right? Three students and myself. And I'm not sure if science is your passion or not, but Chris has brought such positive energy to the classroom. And in fact, like the classroom can't even contain the amount of energy and excitement he brings into the room. I really see that now that students are back. Like, when he comes in and he has a chocolate chip cookie the size of his head, what's going to happen, that day. So I really noticed, like, in the class, we have a bunch of preserved specimens. And Chris was always like, he still is really intrigued by them. And he would like spend, every single day going over to them, checking them out. And so I found myself running over to the next room. At the end of the class, I would let the class end early, and I'd be running to the next room and grabbing more preserved specimens to show Chris, because his just passion for, I guess these dead organisms was quite interesting and fulfilling to him. And you just couldn't believe, like, you ordered these things from a magazine. And then I'd be setting up a microscope at the end of the class, so he could see some, microscopic slides of stuff. So really, just in this lackluster time that, just really kind of, anxiety provoking for all of us, right? Here's Chris with this passion for learning, passion for science, his, great sense of humor. It just really meant a lot to me and helped me get through kind of the hardest times. And I think you just add a lot of great energy to the room, and I really appreciate that, and you deserve this award. Okay.
Is this the student you wanted to order the pigs to dissect? Don't go anywhere.
Oh, Mr. Glenn. Raven Pierre, come on up. You.
So both students I'm going to speak about, although very different in personality, both have shown, Mr. Hoare, Mr. Nye, and myself, that who you are when you enter high school shouldn't define you. These students have shown improvement this year and now are producing work not only independently but with accuracy to make any parent proud of. So first up, Raven Pierre. She's in Mr. Hoare's Living Environment class with myself. Raven is a fun, outgoing student that is always positive and enjoys socializing. She came to school not wanting to give up summer. She enjoyed using her phone and was not entirely ready to take living environment seriously. Is that about right? Okay. Her grades in the first quarter were not where her parents or teachers expected her to be. Each quarter, small changes were made, and her grades started to change. By the third quarter, she started to get her grades in the 80s and seemed to start taking class seriously. I'm proud to say that when a student like Raven realizes what she can do, she won't be stopped. It's a pleasure to see her in class, now focusing and participating and becoming a student that she herself can be proud of. I'm also going to invite up Maddie Young. Maddie's Mr. Nine's Living Environment class with myself. Maddie is more of a shy student, but probably one of the kindest girls you'll ever meet. She's a great listener and cares for everyone around her. The school year was a transition for all students between going to a new school building, new teachers, and learning through a hybrid model. It hasn't been easy for anyone this year, but Maddie specifically had to work very hard to make the changes in order to prove that she can be successful in our class. She always asks questions and participates and does everything Mr. Nye and I ask of her. Maddie improved tremendously this year, and with her never quit attitude, was able to show an improvement every quarter. Her grades are now at the top of the class, and we're so proud of her. The last thing I want to say is students always remember what the late Kobe Bryant once said. I have nothing in common with lazy people who blame others for their lack of success. Great things come from hard work and perseverance. No excuses. Congratulations to Raven and Maddie.
Okay, so I nominated three people, and the first one that I'd like to bring up is Olivia Dobra. So one of the main reasons why I nominated Olivia is because I've seen her transform into a really strong leader. When she first came into ninth grade, she was, especially online, having some hard time. She'd be like, "Miss Furlong, can we end this class now?" And, we had to work through a few things, but Olivia has become the class leader. And it is amazing to see. I can always ask her, like, she'd be like, "Mrs. Furlong, you forgot to do this," or, "Do we need more time?" or "Is this what you're talking about?" And she really leads the class. And I've nominated you, Olivia, because of how strong of a leader I feel that you've become. And, you play sports, and all of those things contribute to the incredible character and integrity that I believe that you have. And not only that, you have worked so hard in your artwork. Like, even with our Aspire project, you kept working on it and working on it and working on it until you felt so happy with the results. And that just shows hard work and determination, and you're a risk taker. You took a big risk in that project. And so I'm really proud of you for your leadership abilities, and I can't wait to see how you're going to lead in the future. And then I also nominated Renato Izza. So Renato was struggling a little bit in the beginning of the school year. This is for you. You could hold it if you want. And he, all of a sudden, something clicked, and he would work so hard to, "Mrs. Furlong, what do I have to do next? What do I have to do next? All right, I did this. I'm doing that." And Renato, I'm so proud of you for how much ownership you've taken in your schoolwork. Your academics have gone, you went from being not passing my class for a long time to like having 80s and 90s. And I'm so proud of your hard work. And I don't know what clicked for you, but I hope that it's something that's going to continue, because you have incredible potential and value inside of you that you need to take ownership of and believe in yourself. And I'm so proud of you for all of a sudden doing that and for becoming the Renato Izza that I knew you could be when I met you. So congratulations. And then the last person I nominated is Jack Moriarty. Jack, there's so much I have to say about you, but one of the most important things is that you are like just the most calm, strong student I've ever met. You, every day when you come into class, you are on task. You perform at the highest level. You know exactly what you should do. You don't get involved in all the drama and all the things that are going on. And you just lead with such a quiet strength. And I'm so impressed with that. I'm so impressed with your heart. I'm so impressed with how you treat others. It's so obvious to me, your character and your integrity. And I want you to know that even though you're quiet, you are still leading, and you are leading strong. And I'm so proud of the student that you are, and I hope that I have more students like you. Congratulations.
Is Mr. Turner here? Got his Captain America shirt on too.
Thank you. So for the spotlight for phys ed, I had nominated Louis Galindo. If you want to come up here and join me. So we could all agree that this year has been pretty bizarre for everybody, and I think in phys ed it's been especially bizarre. It's definitely a different kind of environment than years past, and Louis has really been a silent leader for us in our phys ed class. He's on time. He's always doing what we need him to do, and just sets a really good example for the rest of the class. And I know that I certainly appreciate that. So I'm hoping I get you again next year. Thank you.
Mr. Odell?
How's it going, everybody? Very good. So I nominated Taylor Rogers, my buddy. I don't have a speech prepared like some of my really prepared colleagues, but and this isn't an improvement acknowledgement because Taylor has been literally a pro from the beginning since the day she walked into my class. I'm sure I'm not alone in recognizing Taylor for what is she is an absolutely outstanding model student. Mr. Mello mentioned the word contagion, I think, at the beginning, and I think I wanted to play off that because I think, Taylor, your attitude, behavior, and absolute joy that you bring to everything you do is contagious to both students and to me as the teacher. So I think that's a wonderful way of saying the kind of ninth grader students we like to acknowledge for everything that they do. And I think above all, I mean, we know, Taylor, you do a lot with sports, music, and certainly academics, but the level of joy that you bring to everything that you do is really admirable, and I wanted to recognize you for that. And thank you for everything that you do in our class and others. Taylor Rogers.
Mask off is fine. Very nice. Miss Sullivan?
All right, congrats to all of you. I'm going to call up Catherine. So I nominated you because Catherine was new this year. So, I mean, I met you, we were in school for like a day. Then I think we went remote for like 2 weeks. Then we came back in for a day. Then I was quarantined. So it was like, I'm like, oh, great. I know your name. Who are you? And you were like amazing through that time. She never let being new or not really knowing the school or me ever affect her. I mean, you were on top of your work the entire time. She was never afraid to speak up, right? And the remote Zoom's a little weird, right? A little awkward. And she had no problem asking me questions. She didn't have the calculator at one point, right? We didn't get the calculator on your laptop. She's like, hold on, I can't do this. I don't have my calculator. So through the computer, we got her the calculator. And I mean, you should be really proud of yourself. You did awesome this year. And I know it's difficult to come into a school, right? Especially during COVID. So I'm really proud of you. And you should be really proud of yourself. Catherine. There you go. Take a picture. All right, I'll call up Stevie. Can I call you that? So, Stefano, you have completely changed from a middle schooler to a high schooler this year. He is like the perfect example. He came into math. He tried hiding in the back. He was like kind of doing his work. I had to kind of come over and be like, come on, do the worksheet. And now you moved up. Do you realize that? He moved his seat up closer to the front. He does his work. You're an amazing student. He even will tell the class, right, Renato? Guys, come on, we gotta be quiet. We gotta get going. And that's huge for a teacher. And I'm just so proud of you and how far you've come this year. I can't wait to see how you do in high school. And you should be really proud of yourself. So congratulations. Here's your award. All right, Chris, you got 2 awards. Bring that one up. They didn't make you double time. So, just like Mr. Hoare said, I don't know, this was a really difficult year for teachers. It was one of the hardest years. And you were a student that like made it feel normal. And I don't know if you know how appreciative I am of that. And I just wanted to thank you because, I was sitting in my room all by myself in the winter and Chris would have me laughing through the computer, right? And that was huge. So I really just wanted to thank you. And everything Ms. Hoare said, I just don't have the organisms in the room. So I have a calculator. But really, you should be really proud of yourself. And I wanted to thank you. So thanks.
Okay. Mr. Glenn and Mr. Ninen, you have one more to give?
Okay, good morning, everybody. So my student spotlight is for Gabrielle Alvarez. The word I have for Gabby is consistent. And so, obviously this year has been nothing but inconsistent. And she's kind of like the one consistent thing that I can count on in my life pretty much is this year anyway, is Gabby, right? And so whether it was virtual, in person, she was on time every single day. She worked diligently the entire length of the period, not stopping halfway through and being like, I'll do it later, like a lot of students might do. But she got it done and complete. And it was always at a high standard. It was complete answers. I mean, paragraphs of writing, nothing extraneous, just to kind of write words, but it was probably some of the most complete answers I've seen on some of those assignments that we graded. And as a result, she has the highest grade in the class and has had the highest grade in the class consistently, again, for every marking period. And on top of that, when we were virtual, she was the one that always had the camera on. She'd be kind of nodding, so at least I know I wasn't just speaking into a void or people had had me muted. At least I knew she was there and responding to me, which again, as a teacher, is so important that we get that response from the students. And now that she's in person, eye contact all the time, and that kind of thing implies sort of an inner strength and a confidence, and I sense that coming from Gabby. So Even though she's quiet, I do sense that strength and confidence, and she reminds me a lot of me. When I was her age. So as a result, I wanted to give her the student spotlight for being a leader and setting the bar high for all your fellow students. So thank you, Gabby.
Sierra? So Sierra has an older sister in the high school, and I remember when she would follow with her sister for certain events when she was still in the middle school, and she was a little quiet, and I really didn't know her. And then I remember meeting her when the 9th grade came this year, and she was still quiet. And then all of a sudden, I had to have several interactions with her for various things, and she is the most respectful, most polite. Just she exudes goodness that I almost feel like a better person after talking with her, because she just conducts herself so well. And her sister and her have started their own business, and they have donated many decorations to the high school, like the opening day balloon banner, and then you'll see the multicolored one for Color Wars out there. Those take a tremendous amount of time and energy and effort, and they've donated it to the school, which is so kind and generous of them. And furthermore, we needed students to sit on the director of curriculum and instruction interviews, and everybody, either seemed to be busy, didn't want to be, have the time for it, but through student council, her and her sister decided to participate, and they gave really mature input, really helpful input, and she's a model citizen in our school, and I'm just honored. I'm not proud of her. I'm honored to be in her presence because she's just such a good person. So congratulations. So we'll take our picture after. And to the students, I just want to repeat some of the things that I heard today. I heard that teachers are proud of you. I heard that you bring joy to teachers' lives. I heard that you are models for other students. I hear that you have a great work ethic. I hear that you have taken the process of maturing very seriously as you've come to the high school. And those are really things to carry with you the rest of your life, that you made a difference. Often we talk about teachers make all the difference, but maybe you don't recognize students make all the difference too. So we're so impressed with all of you, and just hope that you continue to influence others in a positive way. And we kind-heartedly thank you and are grateful for all that you've done for this building. So have a great day.